What is up, everybody? Lines on Paper here, and I had just dropped my latest comic book review, talking about Spider-Man, and said I'd be back if we had any news, and figured maybe later this afternoon or tomorrow I'd have something to talk about. But then Marvel just goes ahead and drops bombs, and so let's talk about this. So Marvel reveals new LGBTQ plus hero, Captain America of the Railways. So we are getting a series called The United States of Captain America, and what this book is about is Captain America's past and present. So Steve Rogers, Bucky Barnes, Falcon, John Walker are going to be going across the country trying to track down Captain America's stolen shield. And as they go, they meet characters who I'm assuming, this part I'm kind of guessing because it doesn't go into the details of the story, but that the shield is kind of passed on to different people throughout the years. And we kind of see what they did throughout their communities holding Cap's shield. And this is one of them, Captain America through the Railway. So here's our character design. So, yeah, now see, this doesn't look like Captain America's shield to me. It looks like something that he made, because it's not a perfect circle. It's kind of dinged up looking, and it's kind of got this drippy paint job, which either that or he found Captain America's shield and it was damaged perhaps, and he's repaired it, or he's at least repainted it, and he's gone on to do something with it, some kind of help for his community activism, something like that. So when it comes to, we got a little ad pop up here. When it comes to like diversity and representation in comics, I feel like comics as an art form and as a media should reflect the world that we live in. So it makes sense that characters like this would exist. Characters like this need to be out there, because otherwise the comics no longer reflect our society, they no longer reflect our world. So I never have a problem seeing LGBTQT plus or minority or whatever character you want to create populating the comic book world. I think all it does is just lend more authenticity to this medium, which I kind of regard as an art form in and among itself. That being said, I usually tend to like seeing new characters with their own identities and their own mythos, not so much spun out of existing characters and inheriting kind of where they come from. And I know that a lot of characters have done that in the past and have been very successful. I think of characters like Spider-Woman, I think of War Machine, which are really good characters from many, many years past, who have really been great characters of their own right, let alone the fact that, they also are furthering representation in comics, and they forge their own identity, and that's great. It's just, I don't know, I like seeing new IPs pop up. Not to say that this character won't be good or bad. I don't know anything about him. His costume, if you really call it a costume, it's more just kind of you can tell they made this, looks frayed, like a cut ski mask. He's wearing overalls with the Captain America motif painted on it, but it still does kind of take me back, especially with this this belt he's got here. It does make me think of like the World War II Cap we saw in the Ultimates comic. So, and I liked that. I liked that look for him a lot, that more utilitarian look. And this is a very utilitarian look. It's just he's taken what he had and he made a suit out of it. Here we've got him without his costume. Looks like he's got some American flag tattoo as well as a star. So I think he's probably going to be taking this up out of a sense of patriotism, just like Steve Rogers did. Yeah, so what does Aaron Fisher, the character's name, Captain America of the Railways? I wonder if everyone's going to be a Captain America of something. That'll be kind of interesting. The Railways is an interesting idea. I mean, it reminds me of kind of like the old, especially with Cap being from the 1940s, the old idea of the kind of the bum that rides the rails, and that's just what he does. And he's got his bintle over his shoulder, and I don't know, it seems like a very old, antiquated idea. I don't know if that's still a thing that people do or not. But this is our character, our Captain America of the Railways, the first LGBTQ plus Cap character. So what do we think of that, everybody? I'd like to hear your opinions in the comments below. Is this a book you're going to check out? Especially if you're a Captain America fan, I'd like to hear from you. If this is something you're going to give a shot to, go ahead and let me know in the credits. Or in the comments, not credits, below. Let's go. We had another little news story break, and we should talk about it just for real quick. Up that ad again. I love comicbook.com. Gammaflight, which is going to be spun out of the Immortal Hulk book and kind of looks like the spiritual successor to Alpha Flight here. We got our roster, Sasquatch, Titania, it looks like Absorbing Man, I'm guessing with a wrecking ball. It's a pretty good giveaway. Don't know who this character is, the lady with the glasses who is either firing a pistol or lighting a lighter. I don't know which. And this is obviously Puck from Alpha Flight. So we got a couple of Alpha Flight characters with Sasquatch and Puck, and along with a couple of Hulk villains. Gammaflight had one job, find and stop the Hulk, but when push came to shove, they failed with the Green Goliath, and the human world intends to make them regret it. Puck, Absorbing Man, Titania, Sasquatch, Doc Sasquatch. Oh, maybe that's Doc Samson, kind of made into Sasquatch. Dr. Charlene McGowan, that's who she is. And a horribly changed Rick Jones are fugitives from every known authority. I don't see Rick Jones. Well, clearly we don't have everybody because I don't see Rick. I don't know if, now that I'm thinking about it, if this is Sasquatch or Doc Samson, because for those of you who haven't read Immortal Hulk did encounter Sasquatch in the pages of the book, and he has this ability where he can pull the gamma energy out of people and strip them of it and turning them back into whatever their natural form is. And he did that to the Sasquatch character, and we assumed he had lost his powers for good. And this would suggest maybe he got the powers back. It looks like Sasquatch, but green. So whatever happened to him, he got more Hulkified. But now they're calling him Doc Sasquatch, and I'm seeing this kind of long Doc Samson-like green hair. Maybe it's Doc Samson further gamma mutated? So I don't know. Anyone out there a fan of Alpha Flight? You plan on picking this up, or a fan of Hulk plan on picking this up? If so, let me know if you're excited about this. What do you think of these designs? Looks like they're wearing a uniform, but this uniform to me looks very Kree, like Captain Marvel. In fact, it reminds me a lot of the uniform Captain Marvel had in the Empire storyline where she was the Accuser. She was Danvers the Accuser. She had Ronan's hammer, and she had pretty much this exact color motif and this star symbol, which has kind of been Captain Marvel's thing for a long time now. So, yeah, Gammaflight. Let me know your thoughts on that. Let me know your thoughts on this Captain America of the Railways character. And be sure to check out my comic book, Malevolent Rising, issue number 4, now funding at Indiegogo. I'll put a link in the description to that. And, yeah, I will talk to you again soon. Maybe sooner than I think. Who knows? If we have more news. Talk to you then. Bye.